Looking out the window, Han observed the Star Moon Studio property and all the various buildings in it. Their room was at the top of the tower, allowing a nearly panoramic view of the campus. Each of the different structures was styled as if they had a particular purpose to them. He enjoyed looking at the one that looked like it was grown from various trees coming together. It gave an image of being part of nature, the way the gardens elegantly merged with the structure. Even with the interweaving vines seeming to reach towards the heavens, with windows that didn't detract from the natural feeling. Another building was arched over the artificial river that flowed through the property. Instead of being a bridge, it had curved walls and tall towers looking like a castle from a fantasy world. Off in the distance, there were more themed sites as if they were their own different worlds. Between the buildings were winding paths that would go through gardens, grassy fields, bridges over the river, and past small kiosks. Even though it was still early in the day, many people were walking around. From as high up as the room was, Han could see the people wearing varying costumes, likely of their favorite characters. People seemed to walk in small groups, reminding him of when he had gone to conventions on Earth. "Where do you think we should go first?" Jennifer spoke out, pulling him out of his thoughts. The sound of a refrigerator being opened could be heard in the kitchen. "I can't believe how relaxing this room is. After waking up, I don't need to prepare any breakfast and just enjoy the day." His mother's voice could be heard. She came out from the full-size kitchen with a smoothie bottle in her hand. "You work too hard, Mom," Han said to her, smiling after seeing his mother enjoying her time. "I still don't get why there's a kitchen inside this room," Jennifer said. "Scarlett told us that the kitchen was for those hosting a dinner party. There would need to be a chef who would then cook and prepare the meals," Han explained to her. His mother smiled at the thought. "Even though I enjoy cooking, I think I would enjoy having someone else prepare the meal. Remember that we'll be able to dine at any of the restaurants for free during our time here. Unless we really wanted to, there doesn't seem much need to do that. I think that options for those who own large businesses who need a place where they can talk about private matters is the reason for the kitchen," Han thought out loud. A knock at the door made the three of them look towards it, wondering who it was that was knocking. Han walked over to the door, and upon opening, he saw red hair and Scarlett's alluring face. "Good morning, Han. I hope that all of you had a restful night," she asked him with a smile. Han fully opened the door to indicate that she could enter, and allow for his sister and mom to see who it was that was knocking on the door. Scarlett entered the room and smiled at Han's family, saying, "Good morning. Did the three of you have a good night's sleep and enjoy the accommodations?" "Yes, the room was really astounding and something none of us are used to," his mother responded. "Yeah, I felt like a princess in this room, having such a large bedroom that had a king-size bed in it. Staying in this type of room every day would be pretty nice," Jennifer said, a big smile on her face as she recounted the experience. Do you know if my friends are here yet?" Han asked Scarlett. Turning towards him, she lifted her hand, which was holding a thick-looking device. Cradling the device, Scarlett tapped her fingers on it and then looked at him, saying, "Your friends are scheduled to meet the three of you for breakfast." "That looks like the device that's on Star Journey," his mom pointed at the thick tablet in Scarlett's hand. Seeing the way she had reacted to the tech Scarlett was holding, Scarlett giggled. "Mrs. Peterson, you are truly a fan of the show." "Yes, this device is the same as the one used in Star Journey." "I can't believe that you guys have something like that. I thought that computers were bulky, like the ones we have at our home." His mother looked slightly confused. Scarlett nodded her head, understanding the confusion. Many of the props used in our various shows are often things that we have created. Holding up the tablet, she continued. As you can see, this device is used as a portable computer, making it look very futuristic and a perfect fit for the show. That's so cool, Jennifer said, her eyes wide open as she looked at the device. Though she wasn't a big fan of the show their mom watched, seeing a futuristic device was pretty impressive. We will be displaying many of the products during this week, and you'll have a chance to test out the tech we developed as VIP guests. Scarlett gave them a grin. As they were heading towards the ground floor, where the breakfast would be served, his mother was asking Scarlett many questions. One of the big questions was whether they had a functional spaceship. Unfortunately, even a spaceship is out of our abilities, Scarlett chuckled. There was a chime, and the doors to the elevator opened, showing them the ground floor. When they stepped out, they were back in the same lobby that morning when they first came into the building. The number of people was still the same, but due to being VIPs, they were able to enjoy a unique walkway that was cordoned off. A series of staggered glass sheets helped to divide the area, while still allowing a feeling of being connected to the rest of the floor. Walking through the ground floor of the building, they headed into a hallway that went outside the main building while still giving the feeling of being inside. As you can see, this hallway was designed to allow a feeling of being outside with a turning glass wall on either side. When the weather is appropriate, the walls are turned 9 degrees to allow the air to flow through, Scarlett explained to them as they walked. But not all of them seemed to connect to the other, Jennifer commented, looking confused. You're correct with noticing that. Every other glass wall lowers down to encourage the natural experience. This hallway is designed in a way that the glass walls are not load-bearing, so all of them could be removed and the ceiling would not be affected. Scarlett pointed at the ceiling. Han was impressed with what they were able to do, turning conventional wisdom for building design on its head. I'm surprised that other companies haven't started to use your architectural designs into their own projects. Scarlett looked at him and smiled. I would be surprised if they were able to do so, considering the techniques we are using are rather advanced. Near the end of the hallway, they saw a double door with 2 women on either side. As they approached the end of the hall, both women opened up the doors and then bowed to them, allowing the 4 of them to enter the inner area. Going into the room, they were greeted with seeing several small tables scattered throughout. On either side of the door, there were long curved tables with a variety of food being displayed. The entire place was circular and similar to the hallway, with how they had a nearly panoramic view of their surroundings. Looking around, Han noticed several people already waiting at one of the larger tables. Several of them were waving their hands at Han, trying to get his attention.